Ooh, it's time for the leaks, boys, because it seems like Wargaming just released a brand new stream, and yeah, there are a couple of things exciting, so let's not lose too much time and jump directly into it. First thing first, Wargaming finally revealed the brand new tank that we're gonna have tomorrow. Not surprise here, I feel like everybody already saw the leaks when it comes to this tank, the project Murat, which is going to be an extremely satisfying tank in my opinion. I've seen a couple of replays and it seems like they did not change it too much from the testing, super testing, call it whatever you want. Basically, you combine armor and pretty much a good gun, quite a derpy one, even if your DPM is definitely not going to be the best. On top of that, as always, you feature the traditional mobility of French tanks, which means that you're gonna go extremely fast. Basically, a better batch at Boasque, but at tier 10. The new tanks we also need to talk about are the one coming in Season 5. Basically, you will have to spend quite a lot of money in order to get them, but it seems like this year they are definitely worth it. Starting off with the Hazard 1, a tier 7 that looks quite similar to a T-23 E3, but seems to have a better gun with a better armor. Overall, not necessarily the kind of tank I would go for, but something still interesting. The second one is the Quetzal, a tier 8 heavy tank that looks quite like a VK100P when it comes to its playstyle. So it's something that will probably suit newbies or average players as it doesn't have the best mobility, but at least it seems quite armored because of how bouncy it looks. Finally, we have the Argonaut, the tier 9, which is definitely going to be a monster because when you take a look at the statistics, you'll soon find out that this tank is designed for mostly pro players because you do not feature anything but a DPM and a good mobility. The armor is not existent and you only have 6 degrees of gun depression on a tank that seems to be quite high. Therefore, if you know the position on which you can make it work, good for you. If you don't, it's going to be a struggle. Maybe that this thing could be balanced, I'm not sure about it, but if it's the case, good job Wargaming. They also released 2 new camouflages that I do not have the name of yet. One for the Conway that looks kind of weird, like you get a tank affected by the plague or something. And then another one for the Object 268, a legendary one. Kind of cool because it reminds me of Necron Nation in Warhammer 40k. Talking about weird camouflages, let's dive into Halloween. Because oh boy, did they cook something extremely weird this year, because we are going to be able to get 2 tanks, 1 tier 8 tank destroyer and 1 heavy at tier 7. And both of them are looking definitely great. Let's first talk about the tier 8 tank destroyer, the Soul Eater. It's equipped with a double shot mechanism, which is basically a traditional gun firing 2 times in a row for maximum damage. Thanks to this, each one of your shots with regular shell will inflict an average of 540 damage. Properly equipped, this thing could be deadly on the battlefield, the DPM reaching above 2,500. On top of that, the tank seems well equipped with a proper armor due to how angled it is, but has an average mobility. Had to nerf it somewhere, huh? The tier 7 heavy Halloween tank, that I do not know the name of, seems a little bit more balanced. But don't mind me, by saying this I do not mean that it's not going to be broken, but rather that the tank doesn't seem to have any flaws, as it features a good gun, correct armor and a good mobility. Therefore, even if it's not an annihilator, it's still enough to get the job done while having some good fun. Definitely a tank I want to add in my collection. Let's finish this video by talking about the 2 new features Wargaming added into the game that are not necessarily linked to tanks at all. The first one being enabling people to platoon while playing ratings. It's going to be either a great victory for players or a great deception. It all depends on who you're fighting against because, yeah, they are pretty good players playing rating, and if they combine their strength, it's going to be a tough one. And the second thing is the 10 versus 10. Wargaming already leaked it in a World of Tank Blitz coming soon video, but it should be on pretty much in the next update, and if it ain't the case, no worries, it's coming pretty soon. We don't know yet if it's going to count on stats or not, if it's going to be a special mode, but as soon as we know, I will do a video about it. Hopefully you enjoyed. If that's the case, feel free to subscribe, like and share, and see you tomorrow or the day after for the based review, the Murat. Bye. Hey you, yes, you, like that video? Why not going for another one? I have plenty of videos you can choose from. All you have to do is hop on this truck. Come, don't be afraid, it's only one video.